Welcome back, everyone, and this is the issue that just won't die. But before we dive in, please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Jumping right in here, according to CBS, 2020 census could undercount 4 million people, particularly Latinos and blacks. This is an issue that's been around now for a little over a year because Donald Trump wants to once again ask on the 2020 census if those people responding are United States citizens. And of course, the Democrats immediately jumped into how could you evil racist mode because they don't care about the citizens. Before we get into the article, I would like to read to you from the Constitution, 26th Amendment. The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. Section 2. The Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So there you have it. Citizens who are 18 years of age or older may vote in the U.S. Period. We need to know how many we have. If we're going to properly allocate seats in the House and properly count and know how many people are voting and how many should, we need to know who's citizen and who's not. But of course, the media, hyped up by the Democrats, are playing this as if Trump is sending jackbooted thugs in brown shirts all over the country to kick down doors screaming, "Are you a citizen?" And if you say no, they'll drag you out. That doesn't happen. One, the bulk of the census is done by mail. What cannot be done by mail or electronically is done by beleaguered civil servants who don't make enough to deal with the crap they're going to get. Okay? I've heard horror stories of friends who volunteered to help with the census. And they get screamed at, they get threatened, they get harassed, all of it. Pretty much the only thing that's not happened to anyone I know who took the census is the Hannibal Lecter story. But to Democrats, none of that matters. You see, to Democrats, we have to count every warm body in the state and then treat that warm body as if they were a citizen so that they get everything they want. And then they bring in the lies. You see, according to this, the citizenship question is going to undercount blacks and Latinos and overcount whites. And there's no such thing as undercounting or overcounting. You see, if people don't answer the census, they're not going to answer it no matter what. But then, of course, you get down to this next line. It's really a matter of fairness. And it isn't. It's a matter of accuracy. We need an accurate count of how many people are here and how many of those people are citizens. Because that, at the very core of the issue, is how we need to start on funding, representation, and so many other issues. We hear crying and whining 24/7 from liberals about how we need to protect our elections. But the Constitution itself states only United States citizens 18 years of age or older have the right to vote. Meanwhile, we have states like California, run by Moonbeam 2.0 Gavin Newsom, issuing driver's licenses to illegal aliens and having a motor voter law, meaning you get a driver's license, you're registered to vote. And of course, in the next breath, well, they're not going to vote. We're not going to let them vote. It's just part of the law. But magically, California goes overwhelmingly blue because of 3 to 4 counties with millions upon millions of people outvoting the rest of the state. They're playing this off as if it's the most racist, bigoted, Nazi, horrible thing that could happen. And it's not. You see, for decades on end after the census was created, the question was asked. And there was no undercounting or overcounting. There was accuracy. That accuracy led to us being able to say, okay, Texas, you have this many citizens. That means your state is allocated this many members for the House of Representatives. Your state will be able to decide which districts are where. Texas, your population has decreased by X number, so your representation is reduced by this many seats. The state then merges House districts. So that's simple. And I don't really understand how liberals are so willfully ignorant of this and expect us not to call them out. California just last year legalized ballot harvesting, essentially meaning that anyone can show up with a box full of ballots and they're to be counted. I don't understand how that's even logical to anyone. I have to either request my ballot via mail, fill it out, sign it, and make sure it's postmarked by a certain date, or I have to go in person and fill out my ballot, and I put it in the box, which is locked. But in California, you can just show up with a box full of ballots, and those can be harvested. And guess which party they're going to go for. I would love, honestly, just love to see the Los Angeles Republican Party show up with, I don't know, 150, 200,000 votes. Say they're from hospices and retirement centers and hospitals where people can't get out to come vote. So they went and collected them for them. Here they are. Get a signature for them. Because I can guarantee those votes, they're going to vanish. Because the ballot harvester will only harvest for one party. And that's just sad. That anyone could actually defend such a practice. And we need to stand up as citizens, and we need to constantly remind the idiots in Congress. Here's the 26th Amendment. Here is part of a document you swore to uphold and defend that states United States citizens, 18 years of age or older, may have the right to vote. We need to remind them of that all day, every day, 24/7, 365. We need to make sure they know that since the 26th Amendment states U.S. citizens, we need to know who in this country is and is not a citizen. And we're going to have to do this so often and so much so that we can pressure them into saying exactly what they want. By repeating that only citizens have the right to vote, and we need to know how many there are so that we know when there's too many votes cast. We need to make them so annoyed by hearing it that they actually verbalize, you're trying to keep people in my district from voting. And when they say it, reply with, I'm sorry, I want every U.S. citizen in your district to vote as they have the right to do. I don't want foreign citizens who are not here to stay to vote. I don't want visa holders and the rest of this. I want every American citizen of 18 years of age or older who is not a felon to have the right to vote according to United States law. We're going to have to push until they break and admit that they don't care who is and is not a citizen. Only then will the media be unable to ignore it. And when they're unable to ignore it, we pressure them. Why aren't you covering that Senator so-and-so or Representative so-and-so stated they don't care if illegals vote? Make them admit on the record, well, we're not going to cover it because it would hurt the Democrats. We're going to have to show the country that Democrats don't care about our elections and the media doesn't care about anything that hurts the Democrats. And the more we show this to the world and the country, the more people are going to walk away from the Democrats. And no matter what they try, American citizens outnumber the illegals. 300 to 1, roughly. And if we get enough people to walk away, it wouldn't matter how many illegals and how many dead people vote. They're going to start losing power. And that's when the real show begins. But I've talked about this long enough. Let me know what you think. Just remember, keep it civil. We don't learn from arguments, we learn from debate. As always, please remember to like and share the video, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.